Lots of secular people and some Christian people complain that missions deprives a culture of its identity. They go to a village in the middle of a barren continent somewhere, and inside of that corner of the earth you find a people that have existed and lived in the same way for the rest of their lives. They will live this way unless something happens, and yet the Christian missionary comes in and deprives them of their cultural identity, what has made them unique through the centuries. And people point their fingers at the church and they say to us that that is a crime we have done culturally. But it's interesting that in most of the cultures around the world where Christianity has come in its purest form, not in its colonial form, but in its purest form, that when it was all said and done, the culture was made better for it. The members of that culture appreciated the contribution of the church. Think about healthcare for just a moment. So many of these people groups around the world with these unique cultural identities live in places where they don't have basic rudimentary healthcare. And what has the church done through all of history? With Christianity has come healthcare. We invented the hospital. With Christianity has come education around the world. We are the vehicle upon which opportunity has risen in some of the places where opportunity was least likely. And so when missions is done properly, missions elevates a culture without destroying the culture. In missions we talk about contextualization. Contextualization means, how does the gospel apply in this particular context? It's not, how do I impose the gospel on this context, but how does the gospel apply within this particular context? A good missionary goes into a culture and lets that culture be alive in every way that culture has always been or always wants to be, except when that culture is in contradiction with the Word of God. And what's interesting is, a good missionary doesn't force anyone to change who they are. A good missionary presents the message, and the people will choose to change or not change. And so when people criticize the impact of the church around the world for depriving cultures of their unique identity, my response is often, why don't we talk for just a moment about what culture would be like around the world had the church never come? There wouldn't be healthcare in lots of places. There wouldn't be an education available in many more. And there are 1,000 other reasons why the church has left the world better because of it.